Hi everyone, my name is Bharat and today we'll be building a proximity sensor circuit. Now here are the materials you'll need for this, and this will all be linked in the description. And you want to make sure to have a breadboard and a bunch of pre-cut wires as well. The circuit diagram is shown here, and this will also be linked in the description. Now let's get to building. Alright, so we'll first start by connecting the power rails. So we'll go from the positive to the positive and the negative to the negative. Alright, so that lets me access the batteries from either side. And then what we'll do is take this op amp right here and we'll put it right in the middle and position it so that this little circle is facing the top left of the board. So I'll just put it right here, and this lets us split up the board. So this will be our sensing, and this will be our controls, and this will be our output. So next we'll set up the potentiometer, and it has a 1 and 3 pin. There's little markings, hard to see in the camera. You want to face it so that the 1 pin is facing the top of the board. So I'll just put mine here. Then we'll connect the 1 pin into the positive rail. And then the 3 pin will go into the negative rail. And the middle pin will go into the second pin on the left side of the op amp. So put it right here. Great, so now our potentiometer is set up. Next, we want to set up our sensing. So the orientation of the LED and diode will matter. So we have our infrared LED over here, and there's a long and short side. So for the LED, we want to place the long side facing the top of the board. So let's just put it here. And then for the diode, we want the short side facing the top of the board. And we want the short side to be in the same row as the long side of the LED. But the long side of the diode should be on a different row than the short side of the LED. So let's do something like that. And you'll want them to be fairly close to each other. That's essential for this all to work. And then we can take our 220 ohm resistor and connect it to the short pin of the LED and into the negative rail. Then we'll also want to power the LED and diode. So we'll take the positive rail and connect it to the row that the LED and diode share. And next we'll want to put a wire going from the diode into the third pin of the op amp. So we have the diode row here, third pin of the op amp. And then from that, we also want to connect the capacitor into the negative rail from that third pin row. Alright, so we're almost there. The next thing we'll have is a wire coming out of the left fourth op amp pin. So that will look like putting a wire here. And you just want to put it somewhere about here. It doesn't really matter exactly where. And from there, what you'll want is one wire going into the negative rail. we go. And next we'll have a resistor, one of the 1K resistors on the same row, shared by both of those wires. And then we'll take the other resistor, the other 1K resistor, and we'll connect it to the third right op-amp pin. So 1, 2, 3. And connect it to the same row of the other resistor. And then we take our sensing LED, well, this is our indicator LED, and then we put it so that the short end goes into the negative rail and the long end goes into the same row as the resistors. There we go. And finally, we power our op-amp. So we connect the second pin on the right to the positive rail. There we go. Let's redo that one. Alright, so now everything's ready and you can connect your battery, the red into the positive rail and the black into the negative rail. What you want to do is sort of start twisting around the, let's move this around. There we go. Now we'll want to start twisting this potentiometer around until the LED starts lighting up. Alright, and then we want to find kind of a threshold where it barely starts lighting up. And this is a little finicky, so you'll have to try it a couple of times. You should make sure these, the LED and diode, the infrared, are very close to each other. So I'm just spinning this potentiometer around until I find some sort of threshold. And there we have our proximity sensor. So, the overall workings of this, simplified, is that this op-amp is taking two different signals and comparing them and giving an output to this sensor LED. And so we're able to control exactly what that threshold is by using this potentiometer. And I'll link a way better explanation of the whole thing in the description. But this is overall how to build a proximity sensor. Thank you for watching and have a great day.